Hey everyone, Luke here, and before we get into the review this week, let me just say, go and check out the the first video that I've done with Control Chaos where I hosted it. It's on both my channel and the Control Chaos channel about anime adaptations, which one includes talking about the rumoured Mission Yozakura family anime that's coming. The other one is a tier list on death battles that we did earlier on yesterday. Well, yeah, last night, which is now morning for me and everything. Yeah, but that's besides the point. That video should be coming up in a couple of days. But yeah, two really fun videos that I had a blast doing them. Again, hoping to host more in the future, and also as well, very soon with me, Vex, and Son Getsu, who are all part of Control Chaos, we're all going to be doing a binge of Power Rangers Dino Fury in prep of what's out now, in preparation for the rest of Dino Fury to come out. And since season 3, aka Cosmic Fury, has been announced, we're going to be doing that. So anyone in Control Chaos who wants to come in and just binge it with us, more than welcome to come and do that. So yeah, look forward to that, because we're going to be doing like a retrospective on Dino Fury as well, because it's a big massive change in the Power Rangers franchise, not just from a story aspect but also from a technical aspect. We'll get more into that when we do that video, which I'm really excited for. But for now, let's just talk about the Mission Yozakura family chapter. Alright, and I have checked, so I'm not going to make the same mistake that I did last time. So this is chapter 144, titled Gold Rank Spy Giga. Obviously, this is carrying on from when we got like backstories on Alexander and Shura. It's now Giga's turn and their connection with Shion, because it makes sense that what Shion does in this chapter. Yeah, considering what Momo's all about and how she needs new technology to get Momo so that they can get Futaba and Shinzo back with them. Now, this seems to be like the last slice of life chapter, although there might be one more, because there's not really any indication of like, right, we're gonna be now we've got everything set up to go and do the mission. So it seems like there'll be one more after this one before we start getting into the mission itself, because we're technically moving into a new arc, the rescuing siblings arc. So yeah, let's just talk about the chapter. So it starts off with Tayo, for some reason. Okay, for some reason, yeah, I don't know what. Oh yeah, I get why he's doing it here, because it's like, okay, so he's using a water gun to cool Shion down while she's got fans all around her and an ice bucket. Okay, but why a water gun? And she's got an ice on it. Okay, why a water gun? Why aren't you using like a towel? Like, also, isn't that pretty dangerous, Tayo, that you're squaring a water gun where electronics are? Do you want to start a fire or something? Well, this is the Yozakura family. What am I talking about? There is no safety precautions here. But yeah, the reason why he's doing this is to not let Shion get a high fever, because she's been working so hard. She's been making herself sick. But yeah, seriously, why isn't he doing like a cloth on her head? That would be basic rules 101. I guess it's because she's got the ice pack on her. But at the same time, Shion, don't you know the first thing about working? Don't work yourself too much so that you get sick. And yeah, Tayo's right as well. Maybe you should take a break, because yeah, overworking yourself can lead to but Shion's just like a zombie, like, there's no way I can take a break. Not while I'm working on Old Man Hunter version 2 to massive update the data track to get the old file, because she seems like dead set mindset of like, we can't give up now, Tayo. I can't sleep right now. I need to do this. I need to get to the end of this mission. I need to hackle. I need to make this new system. Can I remind you of Oda from One Piece? It's like, Oda Sensei, maybe you should take a break. No, I need to write this right now. I need to get this right down because it's so exciting. It's so exciting. This is going to be the best thing ever in One Piece. It's like, okay, calm down, calm down. And she goes on to say the processing power system this complicated needs a bit too much for our underground surface farm. Even at full operation, she just needs a few seconds. And if she can borrow a bigger surface farm from somebody else, that'll bring Old Manhunter 2 completely online. And she's got to go with the biggest surfer farm in the Abyss and hacking her way in. And this is where we get Giga's introduction in this chapter. It's kind of reminiscent of Tony Stark in Spider-Man Homecoming, where Spider was trying to hack the suit, and Tony was like, don't be doing that, Peter, because I've got tabs on you. It's kind of the same thing here with Giga. It's like, are you seriously trying to sneak around the arbor of the cyber demon lord Ginga? Has your brain short-circuited or something? Given the fact that she's using all those things to cool down, I don't blame Giga for suspecting Shion in this way. But yeah, I just love Giga's attitude in this chapter, just being so cocky, so arrogant, like, yeah, I'm a gold rank spy, Shion. You're only a silver or bronze or whatever. But still, I'm better than you because I'm a higher ranking spy, and you think you can get around me just like that? No way. Click. Now I'm in control of it, Giga, and just the sinister look on Giga's face. Now, obviously, this is an avatar, but but when we get to the end of the chapter, I just love the fact that they went with this avatar just like all the way. It's like they got like a little puppet version of the avatar in their room that they kind of like projected into the system themselves. I just love that they went all out on this whole charade. And of course, Shion being Shion, very arrogant herself. She's just like, oh, can it? You know that this is no big deal for you, so you could just let me borrow it yourself. And Ginga's like, what a pushy woman. There's no way I'm letting my rival take a peek at my hand. So yeah, love the rivalry interaction between them. And even though they're like, we're not really rivals, they kind of are, as Tayo puts it in the chapter. But yeah, I love the fact that he's like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna let my rival get one up over me. And come on, like, come on, it's the security protocols on your heart really that lax. And Shion's like, oh, rivals? He's not even in my league. And Giga's like, you can bluff with the beat of a heartbeat. And they're just going on and on about like, I had one up over you, but I had one up over you, but I had one up over you, and it got all boils down to who won the last online Game of Gods championship. So I whooped your butt here over the last 7 tournaments. I've won 4, you loser. And she was just like, true, that may be true, but well, your death score when I won before had what, 1 billion views. You haven't. She was just a sore loser here. She's just like, yeah, you may have won, but you still cheated. You have to have cheated. You were the one that messed with the combos, and with the combo frames. And Tayo just comes to the conclusion like, yeah, they're rivals. Yeah, pretty much, because they're always trying to one-up each other, which is kind of an interesting differ from how Alex views Shinzo and how Shura views his fruits. But Alex was kind of like a mentor figure to Shinzo. Shura was like the childhood BFF. These two, they're like, yeah, we're the eternal rivals, always trying to one-up each other, but God damn, we bloody respect each other at the same time. Shion goes on to basically give off all the things that Ginga has under their disposal, which is data banks, military tech, cryptic currency, almost all the IT assets. You've got to be stealing them from others. So I guess. So Giga's like the ultimate hacker, and oh my god, can you just imagine Ginga doing those trolling scam videos where they actually call up the scammer call centers, and it's just doing basically what some of those YouTubers do, like they track down scammers and coerce them and basically troll them to the point that the scammers are actually swearing at them. Like, yeah, we know we've been caught out, so all we can do is just swear at this person and hang up. Oh my god, now I want to see that happen. I just want to see someone imitate Giga in this chapter, but just do it with a scam, because those people, they should be ashamed of them. They should be ashamed of themselves. Or better yet, have a Shion and Giga team up against the scammer that they find out, like, oh, we need to take this guy out. That would be a chapter that I would love to see. But Shion's just like, oh, basically blackmailing Giga at this point, but like, okay, let me borrow them for a second, because that won't hurt. That won't hurt, and I'll give you 3 copies of this certain card kit teapot. And Tayo's just like, I have no idea what's going on here. It's like giving all this valuable information, and you just want a card. And Giga's like, yeah, these aren't bad. Yeah, these aren't bad terms, but I've already picked up a K-Card teapot for 10 Giga coins, and if you offered a kettle pub, I would consider you a deal. And okay, I have no, like, Tayo basically says it later in the chat, like, I have no idea what all this means, but I'm guessing they're valuable in the world of Giga and Shion. Yeah, basically, Tayo says it on the next part. I don't understand a word they're saying. Understatement of the century, because all this Technobabble is just like funny enough, that's going to be the title of the review, like, just Mission Yozakura chapter 144 review, Technobabble. Yeah, so that's gonna be funny. So they're going on about these kettle pot cards, and they're just like, you have to platinum the day Fox Crest 1,000 times to unlock them. Damn it, that random request was I thought that was an urban legend. Yeah, just probably going on about this game, but also Shion at this point is getting really excited when Giga's like, oh, you can raise that, you can raise the rate it pops with the dog toy item if you have it. I'll call up with you next time and show you how it works. And they're just like, oh, seriously, you're the best, oh, thank you. And Tyler's just like, oh, so now they've all of a sudden become best friends. They go immediately from rivals being like, oh, I hate you, you got one up over me, to be like, oh, you're the best because you're gonna help me get this really valuable item. Oh, I love you so much. And this is all playing into Giga's hand, because Shio's just playing into their hand, right? Like, with them saying, I like how you know how to talk to me on my level, but when it comes to people defining me online, I've got to punish them no matter who it is. And we just see this explosion. I love this reaction from Goliath and as they're just warring, they're just minding their own business, just swarming the fires, and then all of a sudden this explosion is like right behind them. Like, what happened? But also, okay, seriously, how is Goliath holding a watering can? Like, seriously, in that panel, like, you can clearly see Goliath holding a watering can. Like, how does that even work? So Tayo's just in the same vein as I and Goliath, and just an explosion. And yeah, but of course, Shion being Shion and knowing this house, they're just like, oh, it was just one of our underground service rooms blowing up, that's all. He traced the connection I used to get to him and used it to infiltrate our systems right back. But she's saying this as if she's mightily pissed about Giga doing that. And Giga's like, yeah, correct. I am the Cyberlord demon Giga after all. Politics, oh no, we can't mention politics. No, we can't mention politics in anime and manga, because everyone knows that there's no politics in anime and manga. No, we've got to cross that word out, everyone. Of course, I'm being sarcastic here, but seriously, like, Chainsaw Man had this point in this chapter, and now we've got politics coming up in Mission Yozakura family. Yeah, so really, anyone who's in denial about politics in manga, like, just get off your high horse already. So they go on to say, politics, economies, the military, all of it sits in the palm of my hands. I exist everywhere, yet nowhere. But of course, as they're doing this, like, their visage is coming into view here, and they're all none the wiser for it, as they go on to say, mess with me and you better be ready to lose everything. But Shion has, like, a comeback to this, where it's like, oh, I have been for ages, but at the end of the day, being ready doesn't account for much. backstage players like us can be ready. All we want is the front lines that suffer when we mess up, gain all the praise when things go right, and tons of forgiveness and consolation when they don't. I've had enough of getting coddled like that, which is kind of interesting for Shion's character, considering the fact that she is pretty much like Shinzo in many ways, very insecure about a lot of things about her, and she just needs to, and sometimes she just needs someone to be there to reassure her, but at the same time she doesn't want that reassuring all the time. She wants to be an independent person in herself, and I love the fact that she uses kind of like game analogy here, because like, yeah, backstage players like us can be ready all we want, but once we get into the front lines and we fail, it's like, oh my god, we failed, we're the failures, like, what are people going to think of us and all that. It's a lot of times happens on MMOs, especially in PvPs as well, where people are just blaming each other for what went wrong or not doing the mission the right way, and it's just, it can get kind of like overwhelming at times. But at the same time, being coddled all the time, it's like, oh no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Just leave me alone. Let me do things my way. So it is kind of interesting, and kind of and it's kind of like wholesome here, where she's got Shinzo and Futaba like side by side, coddling her, and she, even though back of her mind and deep down she is great for it, on the surface level she's like, I really wish you guys would just stop doing this. But at the same time, she needs it sometimes, even though she doesn't want to admit it. As Shion is saying this, she takes the water gun from Tao, and is like, yeah, I know my siblings' lives are in danger right now, this very minute, but I'm going to do whatever it takes to get them back. As we see her just blow up with the water gun, the computer that she was using to hack the system, and Ginga is just like, what did you do? Oh, so this is how it is. You are so mean. And this is where Shion feels like, I got one up over you, Giga, because you were lured in. You didn't infiltrate our system. The second you accessed our system, I caused all of them to short circuit. It only took 5 seconds for you to reboot and short, but that's plenty of time. And showing like how skilled Shion is. Like, oh, you infiltrated it in 5 seconds. Oh, no problem. I can fix all of this. And an app I had quarantined in a different center will go borrow stuff from your server farm, which is of course what needs to get Old Man Hunter 2 online. And that's the world's most powerful server farm for you, booted straight into full operation in one go. So she basically used Giga's abilities against them to kind of get the surface online, and this is where Giga gets really pissed off here. It's just like, how dare you barge into a guy's house, back online in 3 seconds. No. So Giga's going, yo, no barging into a guy's house. How dare you loser? But she is just like, back online in 3 seconds. I can't say I'm surprised. Like, so it took Giga 3 seconds to come back online after the tactics were used against them. And again, showing just how powerful Giga is when it comes to hacking and infiltrating systems on a computer level. So they're kind of always at even odds with each other, bouncing back and forth, but it's very hard at times to determine who's going to come out on top. And this is where we get Giga going, oh, now you've done it, you think you can use me and get away with this, you're going to pay, before we see that Giga's avatar state has gone completely oh, we are now actually seeing their face, but they're actually not realising yet. They're so in the middle of ranting and raving about what Shion did that they've actually not realised it. As we see, I love this. I just love this. They've got the avatar puppet right next to them, and even the hoodie that they're wearing is actually the same as the avatar. So they really like that look. They're really going out with the whole cyber demon lord, and even their teeth are sharp and like a demon. That's just a nice touch that I've seen about Giga. Now they keep calling now. It's kind of hard to tell what if Giga is a male or female, because they have that feminine touch to them, but they keep using male pronouns. So not gonna say anything. Not gonna touch on that. They might be non-binary, or they might prefer to be trans and prefer to be called by male pronouns. that's something I'd be really fascinated to know and really get an insight into really get an insight into their character. But oh my god, I've just noticed the demon tail as well. I've just noticed the demon tail as well on Ginga, which is a nice touch. But going all out with the whole cyberlord demon thing here, really impressive. But yeah, I feel like because of the fact that they do have an avatar and they don't really like to show the face, that's gonna probably lead to like tragic backstory where it's like they're kind of they might be self-conscious about themselves, which is kind of something that Shion has as well, like have some self-doubt, self-conscious about themselves, so they kind of hide in their computers and hide away from everything and want to be independent. So maybe that's why they kind of like, oh, we see a connection in each other, but we're still gonna be rivals. We're still gonna be one up each other. That's something I'd really like to see. I'd really like to see like the backstory on Ginga and what led to them taking on the mantle of the Cyber Demon Lord, like what actually happened, whether they were ostracized by people around them, which is why like, okay, they see me as a demon, fine, I'm gonna go all out with that. But yeah, as Giga is ranting and raving about what actually happened, is then they realise, because as they say in the rant, they say, I'm going to use everything I've got to strip you totally bare in front of, and then they're like, oh, you can actually see my real face, what I actually look like here. And Giga's like, yeah, let's get me out, yeah. It's like, and they try to brush it under the rug, but Giga's like going to be like, okay, yeah, they may have seen me, but I'm going to warn them right now. You breathe one word about what you just saw, and I'll post so much fake news about you to the internet that to society, you'll be dead. So yeah, they really don't want to see their face, which again just fascinates me about this character, like what they're all about, like how they took on this mentor, like whether they prefer to be addressed as male, female, or just non-binary. Just this one chapter just set up so much for Giga as a character, and just got into their personality and what they're like, their relationship with Shion. That it just. They're probably my favourite now. I mean, Shura I do like, but Giga just has so much mystery about them that I really want to know everything about them, and where they actually came from, how they got the gold rank, what their relationship was with Shion back in the day before the series actually began, because we've seen that with Ryo, we've seen that with Shuru. I'd like to know this about Giga, and like how they came to have this rivalry with Shion, and whether or not they view themselves in Shion, and that's how they kind of latch onto them, even though they don't want to admit it. But Shion, going back to the threat that was posted by Giga, like, yeah, sure, why not? But you know, I could use 2 or 3 kettle pup cards, so yeah, basically blackmailing Shion to keep quiet by saying that, oh, I could use the same cards that you want from me. So kind of even right now, Giga's like, they're yours, damn it, you demon. And she goes on to say, Giga, you should totally become a dark trooper with a real face cam. I guarantee you'll get a ton of views. And Giga's just like, die. No, wait, I'm killing you myself. And we get the Captain Old Man Hunter 2 scan completion, and that's where the chapter ends. So yeah, not really much advancing the actual main storyline with Momo, Shinzo, and Frutabelle, but it was just a nice character development moment for Shion and Giga, and finally getting to find out much more about Giga. And it seems like they're saying like to be a very prominent gold ranking spy moving forward, in the same vein as like Kai was. And again, like I said, I really want to know everything more about this character. Like, they just fascinate me so much based on this one chapter, and quite enjoyable character. Love their personality, love their interactions here. Yeah, even though Tile didn't really need to be in this chapter, I would have been perfectly happy if it was just Shion versus Ginga and just find out about their relationship, because Tayo honestly didn't really need to be in this chapter, and it was nice to see that little cameo from Iron Goliath, even though that was totally not needed looking back on it, but it was still nice to see them either way. But yeah, pretty narrowed down chapter of just focusing on the two that actually mattered, and like I said, Tayo didn't need to be there, but it's nice that he was in the chapter anyway. Now, where this leads moving forward, like I said, I feel like we've got one more chapter to go before we actually start getting into the main meat of the mission of tracking down Momo and getting Shinzo and Futaba back. But anyway, that's something we're just going to have to wait and see. And so, like I said, in the next few days, look forward to the Control Chaos Death Battle tier list that's coming, and also look forward to eventually when we get around to doing Power Rangers Stallion Fury, the retrospective, and hopefully we're going to have fun binging that series, because honestly it is one of my favourite Power Rangers series at the moment. The team is probably my favourite since Jungle Fury and RPM. But anyway guys, what did you think of this chapter? Let me know, like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz, and this will be Lasherluke signing off. Later guys.